Durban has totally collapsed. Nothing works in this city. Beaches are opened and closed every few weeks due to pollution. The city has lost all its blue flag status beaches. Swimming pools in the beachfront are closed due to non-maintenance. Over 30,000 street lights are not working. The entire city has thousands of potholes. The city's entire sewer system is on the brink of a total collapse as we speak. CBD looks like a scene of a war zone, even though it is literally meters away from the mayor's office. What happened? Has Durban actually collapsed? Has it really gotten that bad? Can something be done? Let's talk about it. Now, at the tip of the African continent, by the east coast of South Africa, lies the beautiful city of Durban, eTheku, or should I say eThekwini, the warmest place to be. It is the headquarters of South Africa's sugar industry and the center of highly diversified manufacturing activity. Now, Durban has a warm subtropical climate, giving the city year-round very pleasant weather. If you ask anyone, everyone knows Durban has the most coolest, warmest weather throughout the country. Now, during the winter months, when in most parts of South Africa, especially in Johannesburg, temperatures can be very low. I'm sure right now, as we speak, it's quite cold in Johannesburg. It is also the largest city in KZN, with a high murder rate ranked number 5th on the Numbeo study, unfortunately. Durban has recorded over 30,000 crimes in 2020. Now, Joburg, South Africa's largest city, ranked number 6th on the Numbeo study for the crime rate. Now, in this video today, I won't be talking about the top 5 best to worst places to visit or maybe history about Durban, no. But instead about how Durban has been so influential, yet has the most polarizing group of people, the most patronizing people out there. I'd like to start off with the most basic stuff. For most of y'all, running a business, making music, or anything that requires applying yourself to the public, sharing a piece of yourself, especially content creation like artsy stuff including performance, you really need to have thick skin to make it out of Durban, more especially if you steer away from the traditional routes that's expected from you. Now, one mistake people tend to make, and this goes to everyone, you see the people we grow up with, our friends and the community that raised us, including your family as well. We practice the humanity of Ubuntu and humility, right? The fact that it takes a village to raise a child. I mean, it's a profound and noble gesture. It's a very humane way of living, right? But as we grow, as we make mistakes, form our own opinions, we become a full-fledged individual with purpose. Once you've figured yourself out, okay, you want to be this, you want to pursue this certain career, that is when you get hit with the side eye. Let's be real. People assume they know you just because they were there when you was a kid. So from witnessing you, your upbringing, they already have preconceived ideas of how you should turn out. And guess what? It's not my fault that you created assumptions of me just because. I may not conform to those standards anymore. I'm my own person now. What I mean by this is that there's people who actually dream bigger, that they scare the next person. It's either you motivated or you intimidated. That's it. I think Durban people prefer a certain type of assertiveness. I don't know. Or maybe they just all hostile. But the energy is definitely giving jealousy and nah, you're doing too much now, chill. Like, I've come to peace with us Zulu people, dog. Like, we are so stuck up and hostile for no reason. Do not get me wrong. I do love my people, but why are we so eagerly triggered with drama and negativity? I feel like negative is an understatement. It's one place where you cringe being yourself, cause as Zulus, we so blunt, we're not even aware of the message we actually are conveying. Our words are not really constructive. It has come to a point where this has been part of our vocabulary for our everyday conversations, which is quite annoying because when you're a real one, it's easy to tell if someone is being fake with you. And there's a lot of cool, talented people out there doing things, but because of the circle, people around them doing nothing but pacifying you, saying yes, you're good, but you're doing too much, gaslighting you to dim your lights instead of having an open conversation that will really empower you at the end of the day. Like, it is very seldom that we have genuine conversations about such things, our desires, passion, especially in the township election. But with the power of the internet now, such communities have been able to bring like-minded, cool kids. Whether you're still in campus or you got something going on, you really have to be also chronically online as well and locked in to find these social gatherings as they're growing from being a niche thing. Now, to the regular person, some of them are so done with life, to be honest. People in Durban, mostly in Durban, people are just done with life. They rather just live the mundane life, playing it safe, and succumb to the average standards, hold back and be apologetic. No, dog. Like, when you're too different in Durban, you're scaring them. In my head, I'm like, are you not inspired? Are you not motivated? Regardless of the hostility from people, we actually are the fly city though. When it comes to style, as far as swag is concerned, Durban has that thing. It's one thing I admire from us. We're so alive and charismatic. The wealthiest suburbs in Durban are obviously in the North Coast area, particularly Morningside, Umhlanga, and Durban North, Balito as well. Now, these areas are known for having high average property values and are popular among wealthy buyers, with some offering mixed-use living and coastal resort lifestyle. As far as entertainment though, you can't deny that the last stars to come out of Durban have played a pivotal role in the industry with different personalities. They just have that swag and flair, you know? Now, in the midst of all the hates I've just talked about, we still produce some phenomenal stuff, music or filming. Besides that, in our own right, as Zulu people, we are quite charismatic if you really get to know us. Like, if you take a closer look at the entertainment industry right now, it's been mostly people from Durban influencing the sound and just the overall swag and shit. People like OK Malum Cool Kids, Big Nazi, DJ Tira, DJ Leg, and also the Quellas, Nasty C, Blackie too. These are just a few that come to mind, but these niggas or these people have had a notable influence in the culture. Speaking of culture, being outside is what true Durbanites do the most, and Durbanites is people from Durban, if you didn't know. Durban people honor the nightlife. We respect the weekend. The club scene is quite hectic. Not even the club scene specifically, but just the lifestyle of partying, noisy Texas, blasting home, overly customized shuttles. So God managed to cultivate young raw talent from different logish, like from Emelazi, Guamashu, Nanda, Mayville to Chesterville. Like, back then when you were a kid, having a laptop around 2012 to 2016 was your starter kit to being a gum producer. And have your friends dancing to your music, you bound to have motion by then. Now, I want to say some people were really suffering from FOMO back then because they would host their pants down almost every term, right? Throughout the year. And the stories the day after will be wild as fuck. I won't lie. They used to call these gatherings explosion is what they called them. And they gradually became more massive every year. So it sort of looked like a cult movement, but because these are just teenagers enjoying themselves, we cut them some slack. Like, I'm talking about the times when this was exclusive to real party goers. Fast forward years later, Gqom became part of dance music in the mainstream media. Essentially, this was just basic patterns of kicks and snares put together. It was basically like bootleg house, like, you understand? So it was basic patterns of kicks and snares put together with insanely heavy bass, cause that's the whole distinct of Gqom. It's heavy with the bass. Now, on that same breath, there are different layers to that sound. There's progressive house called Iskupu. Obviously, this has made Durban one of the most common places for night clubbing. So from 2014 to 2016 till today, we've seen how different the swag is when it comes to language and slang. And what I mean by swag is the approach, delivery they're coming with. It has that player confidence demeanor to it. It easily grows on you and is somehow refreshing. Take OK Malum Coolcat. For most of us, our impression from him was questionable, confused. Like, what is bro saying in his songs? It felt like he's just putting words together just to sound cool. Only to find out this is the way that they speak, a mix of core internet gassy fashion poetry mixed with isintu at some point. It was called Tangfu. Now, it was that thing whenever he's on a song, even if half of what he's saying doesn't add up, it lands because of the charisma and his delivery. Now, I think bro is a good writer, amazing lyricist. When we're talking about bar for bar, of course he's not rapping to out-rap anyone, context matters. I truly think OK Malum Coolcat deserves a Pioneer Award or a Vanguard Award of some sort, because he really gave a lot of game for the next generation. Well, the current generation actually. Like, his shtick is having fun, pro-black, internet geek, anime nerd, fashion maniac, real life AI, those things. I'd say he has like a hyphenated biography when you look him up, because bro is really extraordinary. And another major impact was a Big Nas and DJ Tira. Now, this trio never fails to give us bangers back to back, dog. Like, every December had an anthem. Personally think DJ Tira should get some sort of culture specialist or a lifetime achievement award for his longevity and impact. Cause dog, Tira has been in the game for so many fucking years. Now, Big Nas had a crazy 4-year run for Song of the Year consecutively. They hosted the biggest parties and festivals annually, and Udira has been a staple and pillar of Durban's entertainment industry for house music. Like, house music is easily our best currency in Durban, or just in South Asia, basically. Now, in contrary to that, there was a time when we had WTF. Nah, not what the fuck, but Witness the Funk. This was the time to be alive, back-to-back hits. I don't know what happened to them. Like, they had a good motion for a while. People were even saying the way Durban niggas are so swaggy, it's like Atlanta. Cause I mean, when guys do get in their bag, everything, I mean, just flows, you know. Nice to see Blackie too. I think as Durban, there's that sense of pride when one of our own makes it. It's easily noticeable. Like, people like Unamza Mombata to Sombedu, in all their respective roles, whether they're making music or not, these individuals have managed to elevate their careers further to the rest of the world. Period. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, we gotta talk about the concerning part about Durban. The reason why people are skeptical on taking a holiday trip here, because I mean, as Durban people, we know how the rest of the country views us. Safety is definitely a concern everywhere, especially during the silly season. Like, you won't just get murdered, obviously, no, but just be hyper vigilant of your surroundings. Don't have your phone out too much while walking on the promenade and outdoors, as that's the most common thing, you know. So when driving around the beachfront and CBD, always keep your windows up, phones and bags out of sight, because you would have had a better time if you stay in either Umhlanga or Balito and spend the day at Ushaga. Definitely way more safer than North Beach or Point Road. If you know, you know. Now, there might be a number of people who disagree with me on this, but please hear me out and trust me. I know everything you are about to tell me. I am from Durban, born and raised here. Now, I'm not the most street smart person, but I've been around enough to know what not to do and what to do, because honestly, Zulu people are quite difficult people, yet very funny at the same time. So as Durban is pretty much its own country filled with different cultures, we have created our own way of life and embraced our uniqueness. Now that has cultivated a whole new different generation of youth, as they call us Amatuke. The swag is just too different, bro. The Quellas are coming in with the whole new wave. Tony Taimani, Usmamani. I can safely say we are now popping. However, Zulu people are a huge pillar of KZN, and that's what you'll never take away. The unity. Now, I'm not saying Zulu people are gatekeeping. I'm saying in spite of all that, Durban still thrives with talent and influence. But the brutal truth is, we'll never be considered as Cape Town or Johannesburg. I know how frustrating it is when a massive international artist comes to Mzansi. The two cities we all know are Joburg and Cape Town. Now I'm sure you're like, why is this the case, even though we also by the coastal area have the prettiest tourist attractions? I don't think we'll see Travis in Durban, Beyonce in Durban, the Queen in Durban, Chris Brown in Mabita, nah. But we did get the Migos in 2014, courtesy of Mabala Noise. So it all stems down to how well the place is taken care of. Safety. And if you ask me, we have so much potential in being the most attractive city out there, but the potential that we have right now, it all lies down to the government, right? The mayor or whatever. But what I mean by this is that go listen to the sounds the kids are making right now. Gom Trap. Witness the Funk did claim to be making Gom Trap, but I couldn't really get that sonically. Maybe they were talking about their upbringing and lifestyle, about Gom Trap. Maybe the way they lived as, I don't know what they meant, because the songs didn't really have any Gom element back then. Or maybe they were working on cultivating the sound. Anyways, we still are a developing city and we know our potential. But what you should know is, this is not the place to chase your dreams. Thank you.